This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the morning of Monday, January 29th, 2024. I'm Alex Brown. River Ridge Development Authority Executive Director Jerry Azzi says last week's announcement by Facebook parent Meta to build an $800 million data center campus represents a turning point for the River Ridge Commerce Center. He says River Ridge has been working on attracting high-tech companies to the business park for quite some time.
If you're going to land, a high-tech company, I would say this will be one of the premier ones that you would like to have in your backyard. So, we would anticipate potentially suppliers and contractors and other potential, providers, similar type providers that would tend to look at. We'll get more looks, I can assure you of that.
Meta plans to add 100 jobs at the Jeffersonville Business Park. South Bend-based Radia Food Group has acquired Terre Haute-based B&B Food Distributors, the companies announced Friday. Radia said the acquisition strengthens its presence near the border of Illinois and southwest of Indianapolis, though financial terms are not being disclosed. Governor Eric Holcomb on Friday announced a series of appointments and reappointments to various boards and commissions. They include the Indiana Arts Commission, Indiana Public Retirement System Board of Trustees, and the Natural Resources Commission. You can view the full list at InsideIndianaBusiness.com. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Looking for a great way to tip off the 2024 NBA All-Star Weekend in Indy? I'm Gary Dick, inviting you to join business and community leaders from throughout the state at the Economic Club of Indiana Luncheon, sponsored by IBJ Media. It's February 15th at noon at the Indiana Convention Center. I'll be interviewing NBA Commissioner Adam Silver, giving you an inside look at the league and all things All-Star Weekend. Reserve your ticket or table for 8 now at economicclubofindiana.com.
A combination of higher interest rates, the ongoing tech industry downturn, and general market uncertainty put a damper on venture investment activity last year, and observers say they don't expect the situation to improve much this year.
Christopher Day, CEO of Indianapolis-based Elevate Ventures, says last year was a tough year for all companies, and he thinks it'll be another year before things start to turn around. Elevate Ventures invests in Indiana companies and acts as the venture investment arm of the Indiana Economic Development Corporation. According to data from analytics firm PitchBook, Indiana firms attracted $730.5 million in venture investments last year, down 2% from 2022. The number of venture deals dropped from 188 in 2022 to 164 in 2023. The slowdown was even more pronounced nationally, with PitchBook data showing that the number of venture deals nationwide dropped 23% last year. But looking ahead, there are some reasons for optimism. Allos Ventures Managing Director David Kerr says he feels hopeful about the fact that public markets did so well last year, particularly toward the end of the year. That leads him to believe mergers and acquisitions might increase in the first half of the year. At Elevate Ventures, Day said he expects deal flow to continue at about the same pace as last year. Kate Sharon, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
The Ball State University Board of Trustees made several approvals Friday related to the university's planned revitalization for the Village Commercial District adjacent to the Muncie campus. The approvals include agreements for the design and construction of a new $60 million performing arts center, as well as a ground lease for an adjacent 95-room Tapestry by Hilton hotel. Construction on both projects is expected to begin this year and be complete by the fall of 2026. Hard Truth Distillery co-founder Jeff McCabe is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio On Demand.